Hello again. So I'm coming to you, anybody that's been noticing what time these have been posted, I'm coming to you a little bit later. And the reason for that is that my son came into town last night unexpectedly and but beautifully, and then stayed and we had breakfast together and hung out a little bit and talked. And so that threw my schedule off and my routine off. Now, I was supposed to talk today about how our shadows are not actually bad things, right? And I'm going to make a video about that immediately after this video. But I decided that maybe the right thing to do, sorry, I'm putting better light on myself, would be to talk about interrupted routines and going with the flow, since one of the things that we're trying to do in this 30 days, besides work with our shadows, is to put some new routines in our lives, some beneficial things, to add some things that are helpful to us, as well as to work on our shadows. And hopefully those things that we're adding are along the lines of self-care, whether that's meditation or prayer practice or yoga or exercise or eating differently, or if you're eating unhealthfully, or any number of things, like whatever that looks like for you, right? And this is a really good time to do that. But it doesn't have to be, you can decide anytime. 30 days makes a habit. So anytime you decide you want to do this, you can follow this. I guess it's going to sort of be a program. Anyway, one of the things that can happen when one is starting a new routine is that monkey wrenches get thrown in, right? And they can be beautiful, beautiful monkey wrenches like my son, or they can be more complicated monkey wrenches, which don't feel so nice, like my daughter's computer died. And so tomorrow I have to go down to the desert, which is an hour away, and go to the Genius Bar and figure out what's wrong with her computer. And that means she has to take my computer to school, which was another reason that I couldn't do a video earlier in the day, because my computer was also gone. And I was thinking about, what happens when you're trying to start a new routine. And inevitably, okay, whether it's the third day, like is what happened with me, or the 10th day, or the 25th day, or every day, that things are going to happen. Life is going to happen, right? Life doesn't stay still for you to create a new routine, right? But that doesn't mean it's not worth doing. And that doesn't mean that there aren't some different ways to think about it. Now, I was remembering and sort of patting myself a little bit on the back that there was a time in my life when I had, certain things that I wanted to do every day. And in particular, one of them was going to a hot yoga class. And I can recall that if something got in the way of doing that and I didn't get to do it, and I couldn't shuck and jive and maybe go to a different class or do something because I had other stuff, I had other obligations, I used to get pretty upset. That would really, really knock me off of my role, I guess. I'd get really upset. Sometimes I'd even get mad, not necessarily at a person or anything, but I would just get really irritable. It would really irritate me if I couldn't do the things that I had set up for myself that I thought were good for me, and that I knew if I, got a good walk in, and if I got a yoga class in, that I would be a better mom and nicer and whatever. And so I felt like anything that interfered with that was going to interfere with me doing those things, right? And now I think I'm much better about, and I know I'm much better about rolling with things and saying, okay, you know what? This is not how it's going to roll today. We're going to see how it rolls. And it might be that as I go through this day, which is different from what I anticipated 24 hours ago, maybe there'll be something better. Maybe I'll find that it's actually better for me to, meditate at a different time of day, or to do this or that in a different order than I had been thinking, right? So I'm being open to the possibility, instead of getting angry that, gosh darn it, I'm trying to get this routine thing down and I can't do it because X happens and Y happens and computers break and people show up that I don't expect. No, that's not what happened. And I'm so happy because I would have hated to have not been excited about seeing my son and not worried about saying, you know what? It doesn't matter if I walk the dog later. It doesn't matter if I don't meditate this morning because I get some time with my almost 23-year-old son. And how lovely is it that they also want to come see me, at 23, that they actually make the time. Of course, it wasn't just me. It's also my lovely daughter, and maybe more my daughter. But anyway, we're happy that they wanted to come. So that in and of itself is a joyful thing. And I'm not going to beat myself up for the way that I used to be, but I can acknowledge that I've improved. And I can also see that that's a lesson, right? And that's good. And that is a lesson that I've made some progress in. That's not to say that I don't have more progress to make, but that I've made some progress in, right? And so what I want to leave you with today is this idea that as we're trying to establish new routines for ourselves, do good things for ourselves, we are going to hit things that throw us off of that, and that's okay, right? So we have to let that be okay. We have to not beat ourselves up about it, right? As one of my favorite teachers in my yoga instructor training said, if you're trying to learn to meditate and your mind wanders, you don't fuss at it and slap it when it comes back. Just like if you had a dog and it ran away and then it came back when you called, when it comes when you call to the door, you don't fuss at it, because if you fuss at it, it's not going to come back again, right? You tell it good dog, right? So if your mind comes back, tell it good dog. And okay, so you're trying to establish a new routine. That's good. And there are things that are going to get in the way, and that's okay. And so then you got to figure out, all right, how am I going to deal with that? What's most important that I get done today? And maybe I have to forego this thing that I was going to do, or maybe I'm going to do it for less time than I thought, or I'm going to do it at a different time. And that's okay. That's okay. We can figure that out. So that's what I have right now about that. This is the video I'm going to post today. Just in case any of you, like me, found that your new shiny routine got interrupted, even if it was by a beautiful thing, or if it was by a not so exciting thing like computer breaking. Anyway, so that's what I have for you today. Go with the flow. Just try to figure out how you can make it happen, or whether or not you just got to let it go today or tomorrow or whatever, but keep going, keep trying, pick yourself back up. And much love, and questions, comments, whatever, put them in. Mwah! Bye.